Hi, this is Francis. I'm here with Joe. We're with 4 Boxing News. We're here to discuss the Hitz Boxing's event at the Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana. The card featured 10 fights. Let's run through each fight.
All right, the first fight featured Antoine Knight versus Ramiro Carrillo. Carrillo came out with David Diaz in his corner. Knight came out actually pretty strong. Tried to throw a couple solid punches on Carrillo, but Carrillo was just too much. He had a flurry, drops Knight, fight's over. Fight was a knockout, 1 minute, 32 seconds into round one.
That was a short fight.
That was a short fight. Wasn't much there. Knight put up a good fight in the first 30 seconds, but Carrillo was just too much for him. Second fight saw Fred Bowen versus Zach Knox. We've seen Fred Bowen before. He's a tough kid. Solid fighter. Knox was a tough kid too, but he did not have the skill set to match up with Bowen.
No, definitely not.
Bowen drops Knox 1 minute and 30 seconds in the first round. It's a TKO win. Another quick fight.
Yeah, Bowen had some great body punching.
He was real good at the body.
Definitely. That was the key to winning that fight, for sure.
Next fight featured Nick Bad Boy Ramirez versus Antoine Ellerson. This one, at least it went longer than one round. Ellerson looked okay. Didn't look great, but Ramirez was clearly the better fighter. Third round, Ramirez just takes it to Ellerson. Ellerson's got to take a knee. It looked like he was telling the ref to stop, but he said he wasn't. But either way, the ref stops it in round three. I think and whether it was a bad stoppage or not is irrelevant. It's Ramirez was winning that fight no matter what.
Yeah, Ramirez is definitely winning that fight. He was way more explosive, and Ellerson was backed up the entire fight. I actually thought his jabs looked a bit slow. He dropped his hand a little bit, his left hand a little bit. And Ramirez was able to come over the top with some big shots, so I thought that was also the key to winning that fight for him. Ramirez looked great.
Yeah, he looked real good. Ellerson wasn't bad though, because Ellerson was trying to throw bombs when he did throw. Yeah. He was trying to throw bombs, so it made it fun to watch.
He had great, good counterpunching though.
Yeah,
Ellerson.
He did.
Yeah.
Next fight featured Mike Reed versus Will Chalut. Is that how?
I think so. Mike Reed looked great.
He looked real good. He had a lot of fans there cheering for him. He got cut early, and so I thought Reed won the first round pretty clearly. I thought the middle two rounds were pretty even, and then by the end of round three, Reed was kind of a bloody mess. I don't know what that corner guy did in the corner between round 3 and 4, but he did a great job, fixed that eye. Reed was able to come out, finish strong, ended up getting the unanimous decision win.
Reed was very aggressive, very explosive. He gave Chalut a lot of problems.
Will was pretty good too, though. I thought it was a solid fight. I thought it was closer than the judges had it. I think the judges scored every round for Reed, but I thought it was closer than that. The next fight was probably the dirtiest fight of the night.
That was my favorite fight. No.
I'll say this: it was fun to watch. Fidel Navarrete versus Dwayne Wisdom. This was actually a rematch, apparently, from a fight they had in 2013.
Navarrete said that this fight was personal for him.
Yeah, they clearly did not like each other. Actually, you know what? Fidel came out with a rapper who was rapping on his way to the ring, and usually I hate that, but this rapper was actually really good.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know who he was, but he was really good. The fight was just full of dirty shots, late hits, holding, headbutts,
trash talking.
They would trash talk during the introductions. They trash talk between rounds. They trash talk during the fight.
I can hear them from our seats.
It made it fun to watch.
It definitely did.
At one point, Wisdom looked like he tackled Fidel. Those guys clearly do not like each other. But it made it for a fun fight. I thought Fidel looked real solid, and fight goes the distance. Fidel gets the unanimous decision.
Yeah, the bad blood made this fight fun to watch.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Next fight featured Mike Hollywood Jimenez versus Kevin Angle. This was probably the fight of the night.
Yes.
Mike Jimenez comes out, Chicago favorite. The crowd is going crazy. He's dancing his way to the ring. The fight starts. Crowd's going nuts. And then nobody tells this kid from St. Louis, Kevin Angle, that he's just supposed to roll over and lose. Instead, Kevin Angle comes out. This kid's got a jab. This kid's got a right. He can move well. And you realize, oh, God, man, Mike's in trouble. and then he drops Mike with I think it was a right, and man, Jimenez just went down, and the whole crowd went silent except for Angle's two friends sitting in the front row. I didn't think Jimenez was going to get off the way he went down.
I didn't think so either.
But he did. That guy is tough. He gets up, comes back, goes back at Angle, finishes the round, gets the minute break between rounds, comes out for round 2, and man, he just sucked it up, dug deep, and just went after Angle, and just took it to him, got him against towards the ropes, and it looked like 2 left body shots sent down Angle, and Angle just could not get up.
Jimenez said he was working on that hook. He said that his hook looked like shit before, so he did a great job. Angle was hurt pretty badly, and he couldn't continue, so the fight was stopped in a minute and 46 in round 2. Jimenez gets the knockout win, and he gets to fight in the undercard for Pacquiao Mayweather.
Yeah, how exciting is that? He's going to get a title shot.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was a great fight. And the Angle kid's a tough kid. I know he lost, but man, he could hold his head up tight because he really put on a good show and gave a good effort. Next fight featured Benito Tovar versus Will Coix. That fight went the distance. I actually liked that fight a lot.
Me too.
Both of them were really good, very evenly matched, and apparently the judges thought so too because they ruled it a draw. Right after the fight, Bobby Hitz said we'll do it again on May 16th, so I won't mind watching 4 more rounds of that. Maybe they'll make it a little longer of a fight, but I thought it was real good. Both guys had their moments, and I didn't want to be a judge for that fight because it was a tough fight to score.
It was a tough fight to score. There were a lot of punches being thrown, and intense till the very end. I felt like each guy ate their own share of punches, but it was definitely an active fight on both sides. It was hard to score.
Any problems with the draw?
I don't think so.
I
thought that was fair.
Yeah, I thought it was fair too. It'll be fun to see him do it again if they do it on May 16th. The next fight featured Samuel the Russian Concussion Horowitz versus Simon the Punisher Butner. This one, the Russian Concussion had won his last 2 fights in less than a minute, but this one it wasn't Horowitz's night. Butner caught him, dazed him, and then the referee came in the second round and stopped the fight. I know Horowitz didn't like the stoppage, but he was stunned about 30 seconds before the referee stopped it. And then he looked like he was getting his wits back and was defending. And then I thought it was a little bit of a weird time for the referee to jump in.
I thought it was a bit premature.
He had already withstanded the power shots and looked like he was going to survive the round. But either way, Simon was just... He won the first 2 rounds. And maybe I don't know if the referee stoppage really would have changed the outcome of the fight.
Maybe
after the fight, though, it was interesting because Samuel Horowitz said he wants a rematch and kind of threw in a little bit of a shot at Simon for not making weight for the fight. But who knows? Maybe we'll have a rematch on May 16th or somewhere down the line.
A rematch would be great.
Next fight featured Joey the Celtic Predator Hefferly versus Carl Curry. Fight goes the distance. Hefferly gets the win. He dominates most of the fight. Curry was okay, though. He showed pretty good speed.
He did.
And moved around the ring pretty good. But Hefferly was the better fighter.
Yes, he was. He's extremely talented.
He's real good at it.
Yeah,
I know he lost his last
aggressive
fight before, but every time we see him, he's real good. His kid's got a bright future.
He always keeps coming.
Last fight of the night featured Jose Chico Arambula versus Mike Fowler. Chico was a big crowd favorite. The crowd was going nuts for him. It was a little bit of a holding fest during the fight.
A bit of a holding fest. That part of the fight I found pretty disappointing. There is just a lot of holding. Arambula had a rowdy crowd supporting him, and Robert Garcia in his corner. That was nice to see him.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So Chico ends up getting the unanimous decision win. It was a good win for him. He improves to 8-0 or 9-0, and he's got a bright future in front of him.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what? He did give an awkward post-fight interview though, when he said, first of all, he'd like to thank God, and then he said, first of all, I'd like to thank my friends and family for coming to watch. So you can only have one first of all, not two first of all. And then I don't know if I misunderstood what he said, but they brought up Robert Garcia and being in his corner and training him, and Jose said Robert doesn't have anything to do with my performance. So I thought it was a little bit of a bizarre post-fight interview. Maybe when they go back to the gym, they could work on maybe his post-fight interviewing skills. But other than that, it was a good performance for him, another good step forward. So I think he's another young kid with a bright future.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Hitz Boxing again is going to come back on May 16th. What are your thoughts on the event from that we just saw?
I thought the event was great. Hitz Boxing always puts on a great show. There's always exciting fights and a ton of knockouts.
Yeah, they always have a lot of knockouts.
The crowd is awesome. Lots of chanting, lots of cheering. Looked like the venue was sold out also. And I think at one point there was even a fight in the stands, so that just made...
That part was great.
Yeah, that just made the fights way more exciting. And I think the event also brought out a lot of local celebrities. John Sato from the TV show Chicago PD was there.
Yeah, that little photo op they did in the ring. That was nice. That was good.
Yeah, that was nice. And the event staff and ringside crew did a great job. The ring card girls were super hot, very friendly. They let us take a few photos. I don't know their names, but I know the guys in the crowd definitely like them. Overall, I think Hitz Boxing did a wonderful job with the event. I'm looking forward to their next event on May 16th. So that about wraps it up for us. For more boxing news and updates, check out our website, 4boxingnews.com, and on Twitter at 4boxingnews.